when we first got into the league, like we were talking about the weight that you placed on coming into the NFL and the amount of weight that you felt with each failure in your eyes and the reclusing that would happen, that would shut me out, that was really hard when it was like, okay, like you are bringing this home, and instead of me being able to be a part of your life and to walk through it with you, I'm now not a part of your life, but we are home, and I'm, you are alone stewing about something, and I'm giving you space, but I don't know how to help you because you're not communicating it with me at all. And so I think that those were large, learning curves where it was like, okay, you can bring it home, but we have to be able to talk about it together.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like the rookie year, there were some very clear like failures, dropping a game-winning pass week 4, 5, week 4, like dropped a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
It's a big failure.
Fumbling on the 2-yard line.
Fumbling on the 2-yard line against Minnesota. Like times that like I bring that and I'm carrying the weight of the world, and
in our life it does feel like the weight of the world because it's our rookie season, and we're like, we just got here, we don't know implications. We haven't been here for a few years, and like know that there's a flow to the season, and it's just like it does feel weighty.
Yes.
But then being,
isn't that crazy looking at that and how we dealt with that, and then look back on, say, last year, and how many like failures and like really hard things there were to deal with last year when you just basically hurt the entire year and dealing with something every single week. There's something that's going on, and like the juxtaposition of great word of those two things of like how we dealt with that versus how we dealt with it back in 2017 is like, man, it's just how cool is it to be like
totally
grow through that.
And there was growth in both seasons, but I would say that last season, 2023 season, was so much more difficult in the amount of things that you were walking through, and it was so much more enjoyable for us to walk through it. It was still really, really hard, and there were such hard things, but because we did it together, we were able to find joy and luster in walking through it. When in your rookie season, when you did go through failure, it was just like we were on separate islands, and there was just no life being lived together when things were difficult. And it's just really cool to be able to look at them together. I mean, and every season has hard things, but just there's a very stark difference in those two. And just being able to see like, wow, I'm like so glad that we have grown through that, but also just have different boundaries around like how we deal with, things that are outside of our marriage. Because that's really what it comes down to. You don't want things outside of your marriage and your family to be able to creep in and cause wedges within that, and take away from what is the main thing.
Yes, that's the priorities. I'm proud of us.
Me too.
We've done good. Not there yet.
No, we haven't arrived.
We haven't arrived.